Alright, another week of our favorite CW superheroes. So let's talk The Flash. Flash, Season 1, Episode 11, The Sound and the Fury. So this episode is about a former colleague of Dr. Wells. More like a apprentice to him. As Dr. Wells says, the prodigal son has returned. Cool episode because we get a little more backstory about Harrison Wells. Also, Cisco's shirt he was wearing was awesome. As you know, I'm a Star Wars junkie, and his shirt said, calm down, or it's like, calm down, because Han shot first. I was like, yeah! The villain's powers was really interesting. His powers was the powers of sound waves. Very interesting. But it was all about him trying to get back at Dr. Wells. He was close to Dr. Wells, and he told Dr. Wells that the particle accelerator, there was a chance it could blow up, and that they need to re-examine it. Dr. Wells was like, no, I'm evil. Anti-Flash. This guy was very smart, too. He had some great plans. His first plan was to get captured, so the Flash could take him to the jail, break out, learn all the weaknesses of the Flash. He will take him out, and maybe Dr. Wells along with him. Because he's going to kill his new particle son, which is the Flash. Very good villain, I have to say. Flash is starting to pick up their villains a little bit. Also looks like this is going to pick up into the Firestorm subplot. At the end of the episode, he says, I know where Ronnie is, and you're going to let me out, and I know how to save him. That showcases a good villain who has a plan for everything. Like Captain Code last week, he's like, oh, part of the plan. I don't know if this was part of the plan, but I think it was just in case this doesn't go my way, I want to have a plan B. So, good job, buddy. Also, we're getting toward the end game where Dr. Wells, the Reverse Flash has super speed, but he doesn't have super speed. I've heard this is going to deal with some time traveling, and I think the Reverse Flash we saw the mid-season finale, I think that was a younger or could have been an older version of the Flash. I'm curious what's going to happen, and let's see. So overall, a decent episode. I still like last week better, but the show is still keeping up. It's still speeding along. I want to give The Flash, Season 1, Episode 11, The Sound and the Fury, a 4.0 out of 5. Arrow, Season 3, Episode 11, Midnight City. Alright, so this is the second episode of the Laurel Apocalypse. This episode, we really see Laurel become Black Canary. And is she good as Canary? No. She's using the thing she's like, very not graceful. Also, we have Brick being a freaking badass. Again. First off, he walked into like the mayor's office or something and goes like, he was like saying, Leave the glades, or I will kill them all. I was like, okay. Brick is trying to come up with his territory. He even made a joke about, Starling City, more like Brick City. Also, you had some cool Malcolm Merlin scenes along with Thea. Malcolm's like, we gotta get the fuck out of this town. Thea says in her cute, charming way, she's like, I'm not leaving, and you shouldn't either. It turns out, the freaking boyfriend of Zoe from Zoe 101 is evil. What? Didn't see that coming. So, good job, Arrow, for blindsiding me on that. The flashback this episode is pretty cool. You see at Sale, he's training the virus to the Chinese woman in order to get his wife back. So, yeah. This also makes Waller seem pretty cool, too, because he's like, how'd you know that was not the real thing? Jose was like, I did it. So pretty much Waller's like, I knew you were going to do that, so no. Also, the ruse continues of avoid Captain Lance. Felicity even comes up with a whole Sarah voice recognition system. Yeah, I said that right. Make her sound like Sarah to keep fooling Lance because he has such a bad heart. I'm hoping they reveal that secret because I'm getting kind of sick of it. It looks like Oliver is going to be returned to Starling City maybe the end of next episode. So, yay. In the end, this episode wasn't as bad as I was thinking because the end of the last episode when you heard Laurel Lance go, "I'm the justice you can't run from." I was like, oh god, no. To have Arsenal and Malcolm Merlin look eye to eye, and that was pretty badass as well. I'm going to give Arrow Season 3, Episode 11, Midnight City, a 3.9 out of 5. It's a good episode, but I'm ready for Arrow to get back to Starling City so he can start killing people and say, "You have failed the city." Pow! Have you seen Arrow and Flash this week, and what are your thoughts? And tell me which episode you preferred on the comment section below. Haven't done so? Click that like button, subscribe, see more. Guess what? I now have a Twitter account. So go to www.twitter.com/Starfeezy. Go to Twitter, search Starfeezy, and you can find me there. I'll post tweets like I do on my Facebook. Also, click that like button on Facebook to stay updated with what's going on in Easy Nation. Too easy.